Hi, I'm Matt Sweetwood, and I'm here with the infamous or famous...
I'll take either, man.
Steve Weatherford, former Giants and Jets punter for, we blinked, and
Yep.
you were a Jets punter.
Yeah, so I came to New York in 2009, played 2 years with the Jets. When that contract was over, went over to the other side of the town, played 4.5 years for the Giants, and then recently I was sitting in the studio at ESPN doing my radio show, and the general manager for the Jets called me. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Or you happen to be in town?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, we need you to punt against the Patriots. Can you meet us in Boston?" So yeah, that was a fun experience. But New York's been good to me.
Yeah, well, I'm a New Yorker too, and it's hard. New Jerseyan, right? We're really New Jerseyans. We say New York, but
when I say I'm coming home, I'm going to Jersey.
Right. So we have a new star of the show.
This is Yoda.
Yoda.
All right, man, get out of here. You stink.
That's all right. Yoda's allowed to be in here. I have a way. I always say, dogs love me, kids love me. Women, not so much.
Well, I got a house full of women.
That's right. Exactly right. So one of the reasons why I wanted to get together, I know you had come into my store. I actually ran Unique Photo for many, many years, and we did something on selfies. But this is a little bit more selfless, what I really want to talk about today. And we're both dads, and it's something that really defines us in our life. And the thing that I really like is that you're obviously a well-known sports figure. You have fantastic social media. You can find him at Weatherford5 everywhere, right? Yep. Everywhere. You're an Instagram, big Instagrammer.
Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You're on there.
I'm on Snapchat a little bit, but that's on the back burner for me.
I don't know.
To me, my favorite is Instagram because it kind of gives, to me, it's, Twitter is informational for me. And I used to be more of a producer on that than a consumer. Now I've just, if something happens, like a shooting in San Bernardino, I get on there to see
what's going on.
Whether any casualties, what's going on, and, every once in a while I'll get on there and do some production, but for me, I go there to consume, and then Instagram is kind of the platform that I share my journey with, share my story.
And I use both. I share my journey on Instagram, but I also use Twitter. I write a lot, so you can find me at msweetwood. That's msweetwood. I'm Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and so on. I use it to promote my writing, so I blog a lot. If you go on my website, msweetwood.com, I write, and the Twitter is actually really good to communicate when you write.
You can get your article out there.
You can get your article out there, and people like to talk to you, I guess, because they're consuming like you are. Right. They're consuming your content, and then it's a good way, it's a real quick way to interact with somebody.
It's nice because it just bridges the gap between somebody who's producing the mass, something that the masses want, and then you give them something, but they might have a comment or a critique or whatever the case may be. They can get right to you. They don't have to go through your fan base.
Absolutely, and it's the new media. So I actually consider you a media platform because you have enough followers and enough people interested in what you do that you can produce relevant content sometimes that people will see more of your stuff than you can go to a major magazine. So, a traditional news site.
Right.
Like you go out to the Huffington Post or even something like Time, you could actually post an Instagram and get more views on that Instagram than Time can get on an article that they post on their website.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's, it's definitely been a shift in the last couple of years that, a lot of the times they're having, different sports celebrities or public figures write articles for their magazine or for their website and then kind of cross-marketing, saying, okay, we'll put this on Time Magazine or Time.com. Would you mind posting it on Twitter? And then that way it just kind of takes all of the public figure's fans, funnels it to Time Magazine. So
absolutely.
It's kind of one hand is feeding the other, which is great.
Right, which is what you want to do in social media. You want to connect and you want to interact.
And I'm not, nearly as good of a blogger or writer as you are, but I write stuff for MuscleandFitness.com. I write stuff for USAtoday.com on a weekly basis. So it's something. Just another avenue.
The trick is, it's when you have platform, is to use the platform. It's to leverage the platform. And one of the messages that you leverage a lot, and which really got my interest, is that you talk a lot about being a family man. And this is not something that you see out of NFL players very often. They talk about things, and sometimes they have causes, but what I really find attractive is you're sort of like the the new Tim Tebow. I'm sure you've heard that before. But you really do it about something that we all relate to, which is fatherhood. Which to me is a really, really important subject, and I don't think it gets talked about enough. And I think for NFL players to be role models as fathers would really set a really big example in this country. Because as you know, in a lot of the communities, some of the minority communities, the father retention rate, I'll call it, is very low. There's a lot of children being born to single moms, and in that, and the fathers are running. And I think to set a role model, which I really think you do, is extremely important in the fatherhood, in the father